Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of AKP Sports Talk. As always, I'm Ari here at Korea. July 4th. Happy July 4th today to everyone. We're back. So we're sorting out two Nerfies today, one starting in about 5 minutes, and then one in about 30-ish minutes. I guess we'll just get into a recap of yesterday first before we get into this first Nerfie. Korea 1-1 day for you. Nice call on the Reds. What were your takeaways from your two plays yesterday?
Yeah, obviously, first off, happy birthday to America. Obviously, happy 4th of July to everyone out there. First with the Astros and Blue Jays. Man, the Blue Jays bullpen. Oh, the Blue Jays bullpen. Oh, the Blue Jays bullpen loves to piss me off. I mean, it was a 2-2 ball game, pretty much through the first five and, going throughout that later part of the inning, later part of the sixth. The Blue Jays bullpen came in, and that's where they ruined it. Obviously, Astros, I think, scored like 7 in those like later two, I think 7th and 8th innings, and it was just all Astros for the rest of it. So, it was a 2-2 game, and then all of a sudden it was 9-2. So I was like, oh, here comes the Blue Jays bullpen once again. So, the Blue Jays definitely on teetering on a no ban list right now because of how bad their bullpen is. But that was a tough loss. We had a good look. That's making me want to do the first 5 under in that one instead, just maybe not targeting any of the bullpens in terms of the Astros or the Blue Jays. Maybe that was definitely the play there. But, that was a tough break, especially with how both pitchers did look through those pretty much the first 5 innings. And then with the Reds' first 5, that was a great look as well. The Reds did eventually get the full-out win, 3-2. But, it was just, Noelvi Marte with the 2-run shot in the third, former Marin, obviously, in the top of the second, and then Fairchild in the top of the 5th, extending that lead to 3-0 through the first 5. I thought that's what I was kind of hoping for. I thought Andrew Abbott was just going to do his thing, at least be able to control a little bit through the first 5, and he got 6 innings strong, 6 and a third, I should say, of 3 hit, 1 run ball, 2 Ks, 4 walks. He didn't really do too much damage against the big names in this lineup, obviously, with Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. They didn't really do much. So that was obviously nice to see, just kind of limiting the damage on one side. And then obviously just, backing the fact that Rodon is just not that good anymore. And, he's kind of, regressing into, a shell of himself and, a couple homers, that's all we needed. Just the Reds to not be losing. And, the fact that they were winning made me want to take the Reds first 5 money line. Yeah, even more. I think it got all the way up to, I think, maybe like plus 140 or something, something at that high. So that was definitely a great look right there. So I'll take the 1-1 day, unfortunately, with the Blue Jays bullpen, unfortunately, selling me that job. But Ari, how'd you do yesterday?
Yeah, after a rough start, nice 2-0 day for me yesterday. Royals, Michael Waka did his job, 5 innings, 1 run, and it was 2-1. Bobby Witt RBI double and the Pasquantino RBI single, I believe it was, and I think the third, give him a 2-1 lead after 5 innings. And then the Angels A's, it was a little more sweaty than it should have been. It was 2-0, but the two runs the A's scored wouldn't have happened if I think it was Daniel. He had an inning double play hit to him, and I think the second inning, but it was kind of on him, kind of on the second baseman. Like it was a low at the row, hit the second baseman's glove, 1 center field. So they got 2 runs out of that, but still it's 2-0. So it still squeaked by as we have the first batter in our first Nerfie and win at the plate.
Yeah, here we go. Like you said, Ari, Nerfie has started here. Obviously, we're watching the Pirates and Cardinals from Pittsburgh here. Obviously, we were trying to do 2 Nerfies for you, obviously, today with being the 4th of July. So many morning games. There was a game that started about an hour and a half ago. And, that Nerfie probably would have hit because it is still 0-0 in that game. So that was a first 5 under play, maybe a full whole game under play, for the Mets and Nationals. But obviously here we are sweating the Cardinals and Pirates Nerfie live here. We wanted to do something a little different for you guys today, do a little bit of a sweat right here with this with this Nerfie, and then give out our best bets for the rest of the day, obviously, with most of the games starting, around that 10 a.m. Pacific time, going throughout the day, periodically according to the 4th of July. Man, Mason Lynn just getting some good contact, but just fouling off these pitches off of Martin Perez right now. But obviously, the second NRFI we're going to be sweating out is the Houston Astros and Toronto Blue Jays. That starts in about 30 minutes-ish. So obviously, we don't have to worry about anything else, just 6 outs here. Hopefully, that's not too long to worry about here or anything like that. Oh, my God, Mason Wynn. But, yeah, we want to do something a little different. So obviously, we're going to give some of our best bets out in a little bit here. But obviously, Mason Wynn just deciding to hit almost he almost hit one of the bench coaches for the Pirates. Good Lord. Oh my Lord. Man, he's trying to take out the other team here. 3-2 pitch, and he walked him. Of course. That's
the worst thing in there if he's a leadoff walk.
Yep. Exactly. A leadoff walk. You want the guy who has speed on base. Of course, Martin Perez. Of course. Well, obviously, if you did know, obviously, if you did see a certain tweet last night from Andrew McCutcheon, I bet certain people have some money on this game. Obviously, Andrew McCutcheon tweeting out a certain word I'm not going to utter right now, just because it's a strange one. But if you did check his Twitter last night, usually when he tweets out that he becomes the next Barry Bonds. Some of his slash lines, I've never seen this before. He's hitting 419, I think 462, and I think had OPS of like almost 800 or something, or 9, pretty high for a certain convention in towns. And yes, there are some fans dressed up in those costumes in the stands. So I've seen a lot of people take McCutcheon over bases, over hits, over home runs. And Ari and I were talking about it last night. Hopefully, he doesn't do that in the first inning here. But hopefully, after the second inning and after, he can do all that nonsense. But we just need a simple 6 here. 0-2 count to and that's going to be grounded to Perez here. He's going to get the first out at second, not able to get the double play. So he gets the lead off.
You have the slower guy on base at least, so that's some.
Exactly. You have the slower guy on base now, and you have the double play.
It was close though at second.
I about to say I don't. Oh, it's a lot closer at second than I thought. Oh, Martin Perez. Well, it's just because that was a slow war. He didn't get. Oh yeah, let me see. Oh, I think he's out by a hair.
Yeah,
I think it's close.
Yeah,
it's close, but I think he's out by a hair. That was a very slow war to the pitcher. He had to do a quick 180, Martin Perez, to get that out.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he was out, and they're gonna call it out. So we're calling it out. Yeah. Is that Goldschmidt at the plate? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, no, it's not Goldschmidt.
No, it's Contreras.
That's Contreras, yeah. Oh, my God, he's back. Good for him. Wilson Contreras finally back in this lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals after that scary injury back in like April or late April, I think, or whenever that was.
I think it was May. Yeah.
Yeah, very scary injury for Wilson Contreras here, but 1-1 count for him. Against Martin Perez. On the other side for the Cardinals, it's Andre Payante, and that guy has ruined my NRFIs before, so I'm a little nervous. The last time I took a NRFI with that guy was the game in that Birmingham game, where it was
that was a different field though. Obviously, that was like.
And I didn't realize the dimensions of the field were a lot shorter than some MLB regulation fields. So maybe that NRFI was not the look there, but hopefully it's the look here. 1-2 count to Contreras. Timeout issued. Oh man, Ari, I swear, I feel like we're gonna go 2-0 today. I think today's the day we go 2-0. If you have any idea of how long I've been waiting for this, double play, come on, give it to me. Oh, look at that, he was jogging the first. Jogging the first. Wilson Contreras wasn't even sprinting, he was jogging. Oh, brother knew he was out. Okay, 3 outs there. Now we got to
Beyonce. Come on, 3.
No. All right, well. Now that we got a commercial here, now we might as well do something a little different here. I wanted to talk a little bit about, we'll give a little update about my season entry, obviously. Just a little quick update, obviously. We talked about it way at the beginning back of the season. With 6 guys, obviously. I made the season entry, just to see how I would do. And, we're about halfway through, and, I usually update them as of after every Sunday. So these are not updated as of to the very day. but these are updated as of June 30th. So right now, Clase, he's at 25 saves, and we got him at over 38.5. So I feel like he's already on track for that season projection. Obviously, Clase has always been one of the better closers in the MLB, especially with the Guardians bullpen this year, being a lot more reliant on them, especially with some of their starting pitching issues. So seeing Clase already at 25, with 14 to go throughout pretty much the rest of the season, obviously, the back half of the season for baseball is a lot shorter in comparison to the beginning half. But the fact that he already is almost at 30, as we're getting closer to the the All-Star break, kind of pretty much right around the corner, trade deadline as well. Seeing Clase being still being the key pivotal point, of this Guardians bullpen. Guardians bullpen that's really good this year, is really nice to see, especially, not with him. The thing I will say that ruins a season entry is injuries. And right now, hopefully no injuries come to any more of my guys. But, Emmanuel Clase with 25 saves so far is great to see. Finally, here we go. We have Andre Payante. Oh, good. This guy. I already know. Oh, okay, we just need 3 out, Mr. Payante. He does love throwing that four seam. And that's what the Pirates love to hit, which is fantastic. Here we go with Mr. Andrew McCutchen leading off. Of course, I might as well say it, Mr. Furry Man himself. If you've seen his Twitter in the past 12 hours, you've seen a certain word tweeted out. Weirdly tweeted out like that. Oh, really swung on that first pitch. That second pitch, 1-1 here. It's weird seeing the McCutchen splits. Ari, do you have any comments about the McCutchen splits when FurryCon's in town?
No, it's kind of strange. Obviously, a worrisome for us here with this NRFI, but looks like he flies out. So we escaped the Furry in the first inning. Now he can go off in the rest of his at bats now.
Exactly. That's all we need, and that was pretty good contact too. So usually for the first time in the lineup, you're just getting your feet under yourself. But obviously we just needed one out there. So obviously, hopefully 2 more outs here. Obviously we have I think it's Brian Reynolds now at the plate. Yeah, Brian Reynolds. This guy who was on a 25-game hitting streak before. A certain someone decided to ruin that as well. But hey, I mean, he does a great job of rooting those. I'm telling you. 0-1 at the count here to Brian Reynolds.
Nothing over the plate. Nothing over the plate.
Exactly. Just nothing over the middle of the plate. That's kind of there we go. 0-2. 0-2. There we go.
Especially now, nothing over the plate.
For anyone wanting an update on that Mets Nationals game, it is still 0-0. No score in that game. Not surprised. It's the Mets and Nationals. All right, 0-2 count to Brian Reynolds here. And there we go. I thought I was going to chase that. Well, 1-2 count here. It was pretty close, honestly, pretty close. I know Julio Rodriguez would have swung at that, I'll tell you that much. Any Seattle Mariner would have swung on that pitch. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Don't. I don't want to rant about the Seattle Mariners right now. Okay. That was a high trip. Foul ball. Don't get me started on the Mariners. Also, for anyone wondering, it's an Orioles day. I would love to back the Mariners, but all the signs are pointing to the Orioles. It's Corbin Burns, and Corbin Burns is good, but I'm always going to back the Mariners. But the worst lineup in baseball against the ace of the former Brewers, and also now the ace of the Baltimore Orioles, who loves to get pitcher Ks. If you do want anything, Corbin Burns Ks might be a prop I may throw out there, but obviously I would never like to fade the Mariners. I personally do not take any bets that are fading the Seattle Mariners. So just giving out some gambling advice here. 1-2 count. Oh, come on the corner of the plate, outside 2-2. Thought he was going to get him to chase. Ari, do you have any thoughts on the Seattle Mariners offense right now?
A complete joke, top to bottom right now. There's nothing much else. Like it feels like you're watching the same team every day, basically.
And a ground out to Brian Reynolds here. Make that out number 2. So 1 more out here, obviously, and O'Neal Cruz at the plate. Yeah, obviously O'Neal Cruz at the plate.
Yeah,
Ari,
no. Yeah.
You mentioned just the whole Mariners debacle. It's been sad, obviously, just seeing how disappointing this offense has been. we talk about how, they even got an offensive coordinator and he couldn't even help. There's just no saving this lineup from top to bottom. And, we always talk about how the pitching is kind of more reliant. Well, sometimes the pitching gets a little burnt out and you have to rely on your offense. And, against a team where they like to score runs in the Baltimore Orioles, it's hard to really depend on your offense when your offense is the most independable offense in baseball. I really am just trying to stay away from the Mariners right now because they just keep losing me money, man. I swear. And I said, oh, Logan Gilbert's at home. Oh, the Mariners should win this game against Dean Kramer. What was I thinking, man? Where is our offense?
Yeah. Literally in Kramer's 3 rehab starts, he gets shelled in AAA. And then they bring him up and they move Cole over into the bullpen. And his first start back after getting shelled in AAA. He does that like a Cy Young against the Mariners.
Exactly. It just shows how bad the Mariners offense is right now. So, and obviously the Mariners, their next series is against the Blue Jays coming into town tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see, how both of these offenses do. Oh no, and O'Neal Cruz is on base with the single. So now, even worse, we have speed.
Hopefully, he doesn't steal second.
Yeah, we don't want him going anywhere because he's like the other Cruz in Cincinnati. These two, yeah. I don't know what with all these cruises, but they just like to cruise everywhere. I mean, O'Neal speed, Ellie speed. Look how tall this dude is. Good Lord. A man that tall should not be able to run that. It's insane. I don't know how Ellie and O'Neal do it. It's insane. But now they got to run around. I'm telling you, it's Payante, man. Payante. And there he goes. And it was an easy steal. Way over. I don't know where Wilson Contreras was throwing that. Bro was throwing that to center field.
I mean, he wasn't going to get him anyways. He had a good jump.
Yeah, it was a great jump. Oh, yeah. He had a fantastic jump.
Yeah.
He was jogging. Was he jogging at one point? Jogging.
His strides are so long that
well, we just need it out here. Obviously, Connor Joe at the plate for right fielder today for the Pirates. Just need it out here. No contact of any kind. And that ball is down and away. 1-1. But yeah, Ari, the Seattle Mariners, I feel as if their offense is very hit or miss. Obviously it's very home run dependent.
All miss right now.
Exactly. It's been missed for a good stretch right now, and we don't know when it's going to come back, and that's the problem with the Seattle Mariners. And that is a grounder to going to second. And ladies and gentlemen, that is NRFI numero uno. Thank you for spelling that out with us. That was 1 NRFI down, 6 outs in Pittsburgh. We love to see that. Thank you so much. I think that was almost even money as we got closer to that. But obviously now 1 NRFI down, 1 to start in about 14-ish minutes here in Toronto with the Blue Jays and Astros. It's Framber Valdez going for the Astros on the mound. And then on the other side for
looks like we may have, I think it's on his end, Korea. I think we may have. I'll remove him for now until he gets back in. But yeah, Astros, Blue Jays, NRFI up next for us as we wait for Korea to get back in. I guess I'll just get into the one bet I like today is the Dodgers after the Diamondbacks won last night. Zach Allen against Landon Knack. And Knack has been pretty good since becoming a starter for the Dodgers. Gallen's struggled mostly on the road this year. He just came back from the injured list and did pretty well. I think he was against Oakland in his last start. But now against the Dodgers, obviously a much different lineup in LA. I like the bounce back spot for the Dodgers tonight with Knack on the mound against Gallen. obviously the Dodgers got off to a big lead in the first inning yesterday, 4-1. Then it all went downhill for Gavin Stone and their bullpen. I think Christian Walker had 2 home runs. Carroll had, I think, a couple runs scored as well. So I like this bounce back spot for the Dodgers with, against Gallen on the road where he struggled a lot more compared to when he pitched at home in Arizona. So that's my one kind of a lone official play. I think Correa will have some plays as well when he gets back, which should be in a minute or two. But yeah, like we just floated out the Cardinals Pirates NRFI that hit a little bit sweaty, but it hit. So now we have Blue Jays and Astros in about 10 to 15 minutes that we're waiting on. So yeah. We have some Wimbledon going on right now. Obviously, there's a soccer slug going on, so we're just about 2 weeks away from training camp, or maybe like a week and a half for some teams. We're about 50 days away from college football starting, so we have football literally right around the corner. With I think some camps for training camp start even like a week from Saturday, so like 8 to 10 days for some camps, and then 2 weeks for other camps. And then obviously we'll have preseason obviously in August. And then we're a little over 2 months away from the first regular season game on, what would that be this year? September 5th, I believe. So again, just waiting on Correa to get back in, and he'll have some plays that he likes. He'll have some plays that he's on today. Again, my one official lone play is Dodgers tonight. Mostly fading Zach Allen on the road, Diamondbacks. Okay, yeah. Correa said I think we're gonna come back live in a few minutes with the Dodgers game, with the Blue Jays Astros game starting in about 10 minutes. So we'll be back live in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna end this one, and we'll be live in about 5 minutes.